Welcome back, world travelers! I am so excited to be back again on another adventure.
Me too. Our adventure is just beginning. We are going to be trotting around the globe, and I'm so excited to find out where we're going to go next.
Yes, last week, Gabby and I got to spend some time in Brazil learning about how God is our Lord. We learned that He is all-powerful and He created this big, beautiful earth and all of the different countries.
We sure did, but before we get going on our next adventure, I would love to share with you guys travel hack number 2.
But this time, we are gonna play a little game. It all started when I was in Brazil. And you know, being the kind of person who plans every little detail of every single trip, I have done a good bit of research for the best method for packing a suitcase.
I, on the other hand, have done no research, but my way just feels right. You know what I mean?
We'll see about that. You know, every travel blog I've ever read says that rolling your clothes is the best way to fit everything in your suitcase.
But the way I've always done it is to fold things in a hurry and then stuff them wherever they fit, because I mean, who has time to pack?
So we decided to do a little race. We each have one suitcase and a set of clothing items. We'll each use our own method to try and fit everything in the suitcases. Whichever suitcase has the most room left over will be declared the winner.
We don't have much time before our plane leaves, so we're gonna give ourselves 1 minute timer.
My rolling method is gonna work out best.
No, my stuffing method is.
As we prepare for this race, why don't we jump into worship?
Coming here, you're the reason we're gonna sing. You're everything we could ever want. You're everything we could ever need. You're the reason we're coming here. You're the reason we're gonna sing. We're shouting out loud from the rooftop. We won't be quiet. We're falling for your heart and we can't stop. We won't deny. night has fallen, when fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. No. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. Whoa, now there's no stopping what you have started until it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. No, I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I've decided I'm not giving up, 'cause you won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. No, I feel it breaking out, breaking out. Hey, your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. No, I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In my
Okay, KE friends, we have 2 luggages right here, and we have the pile of clothes. We're about to leave on our trip, so we have to hurry. Okay, are you ready, Chrissy?
I'm ready.
It's on.
All right.
3, 2, 1! Okay, no touching the clothes. Okay, KE friends, who do you think has the most space? We'll each show you our luggages. Here's mine. You see all that space right there in the bottom? That's mine.
And here's mine. See, look, there's a little bit of space at the top. Well, it's settled once and for all.
It was a really good effort on both ends. But whether you fold or roll, you definitely don't want to forget your bag when it's time to take off, which we will be doing in just 1 minute.
I'm so ready to explore. But before we do this week, we will discover how God is our shepherd. Do you guys know what a shepherd is?
Chrissy, I think I do, but could you remind me what that is?
Oh yeah, a shepherd is a person who tends, herds, feeds, or guards sheep.
Oh.
And in this case, we are the sheep, and God is our shepherd. Let me show you what I mean. Let's look at the story of David.
This is David.
Hey-o.
David was the second king of Israel.
Yeah.
He was a great warrior.
Oh!
He loved God with all of his heart, and he prayed to God often. David loved God so much that he wanted to give him a special house to live in.
Yeah, that's it.
But God told David that it wasn't his plan for David to build this house. Even so, David thanked God for all he had done for him. He praised God for the great God that he is. David wrote many psalms, which are prayers and songs to God that are in the Bible. In many of his psalms, David began by thanking and praising God. He thanked God for answering his prayers and giving him victory over his enemies. He thanked God for guiding him and showing him the right path to take. David thanked God for always being with him. Even when David was an old man, he thanked God in front of all the people of Israel for all that he had done. He said to the people, "Give praise to the Lord your God." David talked to God his whole life, and this is one reason why God said, "I have found a man after my own heart. He will do everything I want him to."
David was a great man of God. He wrote many psalms that are in the Bible. And a psalm is a prayer and or a song to God.
He would begin by thanking and praising God. God had done so much in King David's life and the time he spent writing psalms to God. You know what, Julie? There is so much to be thankful for.
Oh, we could be thankful for our families, being able to live another day, getting to hang out with friends, having food to eat daily, and so much more.
I agree. We also have God as our shepherd, always being there for us when times get hard.
Like it says in Psalm 23:4, "Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." He is always there for us no matter what.
Just how a shepherd herds their sheep, God is there to be with us always.
You know, I love knowing that God will always be here for me. Just how he is with us when we travel, which speaking of, we do have to board very soon. Let's head over to our gate.
As we walk over there, let's go over our clues to figure out where Geo will take us this time.
I'm so excited.
Okay, this one seems a little harder to guess.
Yeah.
5% humans.
What?
Are we going to another rainforest?
I mean, that is pretty wild. It just really seems like we're going to Antarctica. And what on earth is rugby?
Well, it's very similar to American football. There are just a few differences, you know?
Oh, I remember that game. Yes, they play American football kind of similar, but without the shoulder pads and all of the helmets and equipment and everything. So they basically tackle each other without the stuff.
Exactly.
Well, this one is a little bit harder, but I have something that will help us. Why don't we play a game while we board our flight and head over to the country that Geo is taking us to?
Alright, KE friends, let's try to guess the world-famous landmarks quiz. Can you guess them all? Let's get started. Question number 1. Ooh, do you think this is the Taj Mahal in India, the Forbidden City in China, or Topkapi Palace in Turkey? India, China, or Turkey? It's the Taj Mahal in India. Good job if you got that one right. Here's question number 2. Is it the Pisa Tower in Rome, Italy, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, or the Tokyo Tower in Japan? Which tower is it? It's the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. Question number 3. Is it the Mysore Palace in India, the Buckingham Palace in England, or the Summer Palace in China? What do you guys think? It's the Buckingham Palace in England. All right, question number 4. Is it the Western Wall in Israel, the Berlin Wall in Germany, or the Great Wall of China? What do you think it is? It's the Great Wall of China. Good job if you got that one right. Question number 5. Is that the London Eye in England, the Seattle Great Wheel in the United States, or Big O Tokyo in Japan? It's a Ferris wheel. What do you think it is? It's the London Eye in England. All right, question number 6. Is it the Panama Canal in Panama? Is it the Grand Canal in Venice, Italy, or the Ganges in India? What do you guys think? It's the Grand Canal in Venice, Italy. Question number 7. Is that in Norway, Italy, or the United States? That looks familiar. It's Times Square in the United States.
What a fun game! I am so excited to explore this country, although I still don't know where we are.
This is breathtakingly beautiful. I've never seen so much bright, vibrant green.
Man, me either. With all of this green, it would be really easy to get lost. It's a big sea of green. Okay, Chrissy, back to our clues. 5% humans and the rest are animals? What?
I wonder what kind of animals live here. I'm guessing it's the kind that eat a lot of grass.
Yeah, I mean, the second clue, they won the first ever Rugby World Cup, and people in this country are called Kiwis?
Like the fruit?
What? It's like, what's up, Kiwi? Actually, wait a minute. I think this one is talking about the kiwi bird, which is native to the big, beautiful island of New Zealand. We're in New Zealand. Okay, since we figured it out, let's check out this informational video that Juan has for us.
G'day mates, how you going? That's just the Kiwi way of saying what's up. It's so good to see you, my fellow GeoQuesters. I'm Wand Around, and I'm here to confirm your latest location. You have landed your jandals on the Wop Wops of New Zealand. Though the native language of New Zealand is English, you may be surprised by some of the vocabulary they've created for themselves. Like jandals are what we call sandals, or being on the Wop Wops is another way of saying you're in the middle of the countryside. But why would anyone be way out here? Well, tending to their flocks, of course. That's because sheep outnumber humans 3 to 1 here in New Zealand. If you need to get around while you're out here, get ready to board your own personal kayak. That might be a lot of rowing, but over 33% of people own one, so all aboard! Oh, and you've come to the right place if you're afraid of snakes. This island is known as being quite the snake-free zone. No reptile house at the zoos around here. In fact, there's only one zoo on the entire island. But why would you need the zoo when you got all those sheep? With an average yearly temperature of 65 degrees, there is no need to pack a coat, but definitely bring your swimsuit. There is nowhere on the island that is more than 79 miles from the sea. Oh, and while you're hanging out by the sea, wave hello to the penguins, because in New Zealand, there are 13 different types. That's more than anywhere else on the planet. What'll we even do with all those penguins? Get it? Waddle. The official sport of New Zealand is rugby. In fact, they won the very first ever Rugby World Cup. Now I know what you're thinking. Do they even have enough people to make a team? Maybe they recruit from the field. Could you imagine an all-sheep rugby team? While that would be pretty awesome, I'm willing to bet you're not here to cheer on the Rams. I'm sure, however, you'd like to know where the souvenir can be found. Well, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It can be located at the coordinates 36 degrees, 50 inches, 4 feet southwest of, I'm gonna be honest, still not good at this coordinates thing, but I'm guessing you'll want a little more help than that. So of course, Wander Around has got you covered. Here are a few hints to get you started. This souvenir would love to share, but its coat really can't be removed. You count it when you're sleepy and snuggled it when you were a kid. Now those coordinates have been loaded into GeoQ. Check back in once you found the souvenir.
I sure am excited to collect another souvenir.
Me too.
We've got out our coordinates and clues, and now we should start thinking about what we may be trying to collect.
You know, Juan did say you can count this souvenir when you're sleepy, which means it could be a sheep. Sheep.
But we wouldn't be able to take a real sheep back on the airplane with us.
No, could you imagine? You would just be bang. He also said we could snuggle it, and so that must mean it's a stuffed sheep.
And that's why it can't be sheared, because a stuffed sheep can't be sheared like a real sheep.
Now that we have found our souvenir, let's check back in with Juan so we can learn more about God being our shepherd.
Man, I sure do quest with the best. I knew you would find it. You found the sheep. Way to go, questers from out westers. Now, I hope you didn't have a bad time finding our furry little friend, but there's a reason I wanted you to find the sheep. So let's start from the beginning. Have you ever felt lost or alone? You'd think with all my questing I wouldn't, but I sure have. The reason I had you find the sheep was because it's a great reminder that one of the names of God is Shepherd. That's right. Oh, I know. We're not actually sheep, but we're kind of like them. You know, we love to snack all day, and sometimes we just wander off. So let me explain. There was a guy in the Bible named David, and when he was younger, he was a shepherd. Shepherds were guys who took care of sheep by leading them to food in green pastures or meadows and making sure they had water to drink from streams. If a sheep wandered away from the flock, the shepherd would go find it and bring it back. Shepherds carried a long stick with them with a hook on the end called a crook. In the Middle East, where the stories we read in the Bible took place, there were some rocky, hilly areas. If a sheep fell between the rocks and the shepherd couldn't reach it, the shepherd would use the crook to help rescue the sheep and lift it to safety. Shepherds also protect the sheep from harm, like from wolves and thieves. Being a shepherd really helped David learn a ton about God, and he wrote all about it in Psalm 23. It's about how God loves us and protects us, just like a shepherd would with his sheep. Here's how it goes. The Lord is my shepherd. He gives me rest in green pastures. He leads me to calm water. Pause. Doesn't that seem great? I mean, who wouldn't want rest and a nice cold drink? So refreshing. Back to it. He gives me new strength. For the good of his name, he leads me on paths that are right. Even if I walk through a very dark valley, I will not be afraid because you are with me. Your rod and your shepherd's staff comfort me. Okay, double pause. So get this. God gives us strength and he helps us know how to do what's right. And if we're going through a tough time, we don't need to be afraid because God is totally right there with us. I mean, is that a good shepherd or what? Answer, yes it is. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. You prepare a meal for me in front of my enemies. You pour oil of blessing on my head. You give me more than I can hold. I know I keep doing this, but this we gotta talk about. I mean, prepare a meal? blessings, more than we can hold. Sign me up for that, please. Oh, wait, I don't want to forget the best part. Let's keep going. Surely your goodness and love will be with me all my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Whew. Wasn't that great? You see what I mean? Just like a shepherd loves and protects his sheep, God does that for us too. God will tell us the right way to go and make sure we have what we need. And if we ever feel scared or alone, we can trust that he's there with us. And now that you have a little sheep of your own, you can remember that God is my shepherd. All right, my favorite questers, I'll see you guys on the next trip. Until then, don't rest on the quest. Keep traveling the world. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
That's really cool. When we're looking back at our time in New Zealand, we'll always have this stuffed sheep and this video to remind us that God is leading us, protecting us, and giving us everything we could ever need.
Absolutely, and we always have this little guy as a reminder that just like a good shepherd takes care of his sheep, God takes care of his sheep. God takes care of every single one of us. Isn't he cute?
That's because God is our good shepherd. Come on, world travelers, let's go over our takeaway of the day.
Let's do it. God is
my
shepherd.
My shepherd.
You know, that was really good, Chrissy. You guys did amazing too. And the sheep did pretty good watching. But this time, let's say it together. Ready? God is my shepherd. Oh, that was so great, KE friends. Let's stay standing as we go over this week's Bible verse.
Those who know your name, trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek for you. Psalm 9:10. Those who know your name, trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek for you. Psalm 9:10. Trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek for you. Psalm 9:10.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized, here with you. Come on now. Now the love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. Oh, and it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. What's up? This is real love, this is real love. Say this is real love, this is real love. Oh. Come on, let's say. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. 1, 2, 3, jump! This is real love. This is real love. This is real love. This is real love. Oh. One more time, we say. You pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love. This is real love. This is real love.
Man, New Zealand has been so much fun.
has.
We have learned so much about God being our shepherd. Let's review our reflection questions. Our first question for today is, we will wander off from time to time. How will we know we have wandered off?
Our second question is, how do you know that God will always walk by your side?
And our final question is, how do we know our shepherd's voice?
Another awesome part about our friendship with God is praying to Him.
That is so true. I love getting to pray to our shepherd. Let's all open our hearts to God right now by praying together.
Dear God, thank you for allowing us to learn more about who you are. We are so thankful that you are our shepherd.
Thank you for leading us, protecting us, and giving us everything we need. Help us to remember that you are always with us. And because of that, we can trust you with everything. We love you so much. Amen. Man, Chrissy, do you think we can get another clue from Geo as to where we're going next week?
Well, according to Geo, the place we're going to next week has one river.
What?
Yeah, and without it, the entire place would be a desert.
Wow. So it sounds like I'm going to need my sand all. Get it? Because deserts have sandals.
I do get it. Good one. Well, I guess we'll find out soon.
But before we head out, I do want to give you 7 fun facts about New Zealand. I learned so much.
Oh, I love fun facts. Go for it.
Okay, the first one is, a lot of people don't wear shoes in public places. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Gas stations, stores, and parks, and more. Wild. The second is, there isn't a lot of Wi-Fi. They give you limits on using it, so you might as well bring a book. Third one is, there's Kiwi phrases, like heaps. They use that, like, there's heaps of sheeps.
Heaps of sheep.
And that rhymes. There are also sandflies. They're smaller than mosquitoes, and they sting more. They come out at night, and they are very, like, quiet, and they will just bzz.
I don't like that.
No.
Ooh.
Also, number 5, there are millions of stars. Nothing like in New Zealand can you find a good star sky. Number 6, there are no targets here. Can you believe that? No targets? I would cry. Instead, they have something called the warehouse. It's similar to a Target.
That works.
And last but not least, number 7. Driving in New Zealand is actually on the left side. Here in the US, we drive on the right side.
Wow, those are all such fun facts. You sure did learn a lot being here.
I sure did. And world travelers, I cannot wait to see where we travel to next. See you next time.
Bye.